Hi, I'm Margie Fink with Transfiguring Adoption. Pokemon Go has taken the world by storm. In less than a week, it has created a craze that has people walking all over their towns, their cities, the mountains, any place that they can walk in search of Pokemon. What's this app like? How do you get it? How do you use it? And is it good for a foster adoptive family or any family for that matter? We're here to give you the scoop. All right, we're going to take you through setting up the game and show you how to use it. First of all, it's a free download. Once you get it downloaded, open it up. One thing we'll say right off the bat is this game has been overwhelming. Their servers, I don't think suspected so many people were going to love it. So it often takes a while to load.
Okay, so this is Darren, and we are going to take you through how to set this up. And first of all, it's going to ask you to enter your date of birth, which we will say right off the bat that if you are a minor, it is going to ask you to go ahead and put in your birth date.
I'm not putting in my birth date. We'll just make one up. July. What is today? It's the 11th?
Yep. And then put like 1980. But if you're a minor, it is going to ask you to have a parent set up an account. And that can be a little bit laborious, I found, because you either have the choice here to set up through your Google account, your Gmail account, or your Pokemon Trainer Club account. And because we did this, the game is less than a week old, the servers have been so overwhelmed that they're having a hard time with their own servers and their own setup. Our daughter's trying to set up accounts. She still can't set one up because the servers are so overwhelmed. But people with the Google account are seeming to have an okay time. So that's what we're going to choose today, is the Google account to set that up. Okay, and we're going to put in our email and password here. Yeah, and right away, the one thing that's been a problem with this game is that people have been walking into things or walking out into traffic or different things like that. So right away after you put in your username and password we did Google, like we said, it's telling us to remember to stay alert at all times and stay aware of your surroundings. So we're going to hit OK. And it actually has a screen every time you open the app up that tells you about it. So we're going to click off of we don't want promotions and stuff. So we're going to click off the check mark and we're going to hit accept the user agreement stuff. And then you're going to have Professor Willow here. Hello there, I'm Professor Willow.
Hold on, should we get a GPS first so this isn't sitting up here the whole time?
I think we'll be okay right now.
Okay.
Did you know that this world was inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon? And for some of you that are watching this, you might not know about Pokemon, but they're little creatures that can be found in every corner of the earth. Some run across the plains, others fly through the skies, some live in mountains or in the forests or near water. I've spent my whole life studying them and their regional distribution. Will you help me with my research? And of course we are. Okay, so we're agreed to help. Now we need to choose our style for our adventure. Go ahead and click that. And what they mean there is you can either choose the male avatar or you can choose the female avatar. And I'm gonna let Margie figure out which one she wants to choose for that. So she's going to choose the female avatar. And then here you can personalize it, so you can change her skin color in here. So we can make her darker skinned, lighter skinned. I'll let you figure out what you want to do there. But we can choose anything that we want to there. And then you can go on to hair and choose hair color. And then there we have a multitude of decisions too. Yeah, and the nice part about it, it's kind of like an anime style. You can have either realistic hair or non-realistic hair. So, and there were some other things like shoes, pants, shirt, backpack that you could personalize on that as well. And you can really take some time. So it has a nice personalization to it for your avatar. Okay, and then Professor Willow is going to show us how to catch a Pokemon. There's a Pokemon nearby. Here are some Pokeballs that will help you catch, and if you're not familiar with Pokemon, the little contraption that he has in his hand is a Pokeball, and it helps him catch. It helps you catch Pokemon. So Margie is choosing, we'll show him the different, so we have a Bulbasaur, a Squirtle, and a Charmander that they allow you to choose one to catch right off the bat. And Margie is choosing the Squirtle, well, at least trying to.
Okay, so I selected Squirtle, and it says, use your camera to find Pokemon in the real world. Try it out. You can turn it off with the AR button anytime. So you can choose yes, camera on, maybe later.
And so tell them what the AR is before you do it.
I think AR is that augmented reality.
Right, so you'll see, Margie will turn it on, she'll turn the camera on, and basically what it does is it makes your Pokemon look like it's in the world you're in because it uses the camera. So that's her pillow she has on her lap. But so when she puts it up, we have a piece of cardboard laying down
kids
on
are playing with cardboard.
Yeah, our kids are playing with a piece of cardboard and it's on our carpet. So it's telling you to flick. Can you hold it out a little bit more away from you so I can get it? Oh, so she flicked the Pokeball and it hit the Squirtle, and we're gonna see if it catches the Squirtle. And it did, it got stars. Gotcha! Squirtle was caught. Okay, and then we have all sorts of, like, it shows you the things that you collected. You collected some candy, some star dust, and you got all sorts of experience. And so she's gonna hit OK to keep continuing. And then it's gonna show you your Pokédex is the record computer. It's like a computer, and it records all the Pokemon you've seen. And then this gives all the information on Squirtle. And so it shows that it's a water type up there. And later on, you're going to be doing battles and gyms and different things with against other people's Pokemon. So obviously, a water type is going to be stronger against a fire type because the water would just put out their fire. So this gives the different information on it. So Margie's going to go ahead and hit the check mark. And we know we have Squirtle in our Pokédex computer now. And Professor Willis congratulates us on catching our first Pokemon. Okay. What should I call you? So you get to pick a name. So you're going to put in whatever name you want. Okay. That's awesome. And it took it. So now Professor Will is going to tell us a cool nickname. Nice to meet you. Okay, so he's telling us we need other items during our exploration, and those are Pokestops. So go ahead and hit. So they're going to be at sculptures and monuments, and I think this thing must run off of Google Maps, because basically what you'll see when we're walking around, that it'll see your streets and different monuments and different things around it. So go ahead. It's time to go! But so you'll have to walk around like you see, and you'll have to look for Pokestops because you'll run out of Pokeballs and different supplies that you need to catch the Pokemon if you don't find these. So this is what encourages you to walk and get out and get around and get some exercise and find these Pokestops so you can get to them. Okay, and if you move it around and maybe get out a little bit, you can see that there's a road that we have by us and some different things and different houses and buildings. And we don't have any Pokestops by us.
You can see one out there in the distance.
Yeah, you might be able to, yeah, it's kind of hard to see it. It's way out there. You probably can't see it on here. But we will go out and maybe walk around and a little bit later here, and we'll show you guys how this works a little bit better.
Also, if you see the leaves rustling, that means that there's a Pokemon around there. And this little guy down here, this will show you which ones are nearby. The 1 footstep means they're really close. 2 footsteps, of course, a little bit farther out. And 3, further away, but still nearby.
And then again, that encourages you to get around and walk around.
One thing that has been very impressive with Pokemon Go is while it encourages you to get out and walk around, we have noticed that if we can give our kids one of our phones while we're in the car, they actually delegate and give each other jobs searching for different Pokemon and finding different Pokestops. So it encourages teamwork and just family bonding.
Hey, and I'm out here, and we're actually walking around at a spot here in town, and we're playing Pokemon Go. And one of the good things that we said about this for families is you get to meet people, and we just met a new friend. I'm not going to give her name here on here, but what do you think of Pokemon Go?
I've been loving it. It's been really great. Met a lot of people. I mean, go out, go for a walk in the area, and you might meet a couple people once in a while, don't really talk to them. Pokemon Go, everyone's been out. It's been crazy. The entire area's been out. You meet new people, see them with their phone up, and say hi. Meeting new teams, different teams. I mean, it's just been really great.
And you
I
can
love
tell,
the exercise.
and you can tell when people are playing, and you feel safe to talk with them.
Oh yeah, I mean, everybody's been friendly. I haven't run into anyone who's been problematic or anything. People yell out what team you're at. I mean, just all kinds of friendly people, even when they're different teams. It's been great.
And we're going to cut short here because I think a storm's coming up, but have fun with Pokemon Go, and so it's a great way to meet new people.
Yep.
So, have Margie here. And we moved in the car, why?
Because there's a severe thunderstorm coming.
There's a severe thunderstorm coming out here, so we had to come off in the car. But we are at this really cool, it's actually a church, and I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if I can get it from the window. They have a walking path, and they have these scriptures and different encouragement sayings all along here. You can see there's one, whoops, I'm trying to get my finger here. There's one here and then here, but all along this walking path, and every point along this walking path on the game is...
You can see you go around, there's 12 Pokestops, and then
show
there's
more,
2
point
gyms.
to a Pokestop. Those little blue things there. Whoop, and she just clicked on one. And so you can see it's one of the little plaques that was out there. And if we're close enough to one, you flick that and you spin it, and all these little items come out that you use on the game. And go out again and show us. And then there's also a gym here, and that's actually a player has taken over that, and they have their Pokemon there, and then so you can actually battle that and try to take over that gym. And there are 3 different teams, so everyone is trying to take over gyms and do different things, but it's a great way just to meet people and talk with people. As you can see here, even though the storm's coming, there's still people, you can tell this guy is totally walking around. He's trying to get his Pokemon to do different things. He's trying to get his Pokestops. We just talked with someone out here before, but yeah, so...
We saw a couple families, too, with parents
Kiddos.
and kids.
So this is a great way to get out and meet people. If we were actually out and able to go on the trail, we'd be walking around and having fun as a family. So very cool times. Oh, and you can see on here, too, a little Pokemon popped up, so Margie could actually... I don't know if we showed them that.
We showed on the example
Squirtle
of how
one.
to do it. Where'd he go? There he is.
Let me see if I can get behind you and show. See, it's the AR that we were talking about. It's a Zubat, but the AR that we're talking about it looks like it's actually in our car, flapping right in here in front of our dashboard of our car. So the AR makes it look like it's in real life, in the real world. And then if you take it off, it puts this little meadow area of where you can catch your Pokemon. Whoops, we're getting a glare. So you can switch back and forth between those 2 views, and then you can sit there and try to flick. Whoops, I can't do it while I'm trying to do that. Try to flip your Pokeball up. Margie's going to use a raspberry, and you feed that to the Pokemon so that they like you better.
It seems like it goes off to the right. All right, some of the pros that we've found, because Pokemon started in the 90s, and this is kind of capturing a couple of different generations, it's something that a family can play together and have a lot of fun, bonding. Let's see, it's gotten us out and exploring. We've discovered places we didn't know existed. We've gotten a lot of exercise. It's encouraging fitness. Let's see, what else?
Well, I'm just even thinking the bonding experiences are huge because, like Margie said, that this was something that came out in the 90s. So I remember, I wasn't a kid, but I definitely remember through high school and college Pokemon coming out. So I'm very familiar with the cartoons, having babysat kids, and also I was a dork and I was interested in this myself. So, and I think you were a little bit too, right? Interested with some of it? Maybe not? You knew
I
who
knew
Pikachu.
some of them just because of you.
Oh. Well, anyways, it definitely captured my age group's interest and younger age group, and we actually had some friends over the other day, and we were all outside walking around finding Pokemon, and but at the same time, we've met up with people while we're walking around that we didn't know, and we could see that they were playing Pokemon Go, and it encouraged us to talk with them and just get to know other people. But I think that what the important part is for your foster adoptive family, or any family really, is when you take your kids out and you're playing it together. It's that togetherness. This could be a game you play by yourself and not interact with people, but when you add the together element, there's a lot of bonding, because you're going for one common goal and you're doing a lot of different things, even with meeting strangers, right? Like, you're meeting strangers, and foster adoptive kiddos, they haven't had practice with relationships, having been moved from home to home possibly. So as you're meeting strangers and talking to them and interacting with them, you're showing them, how do you say, hello, my name is, how are you, and what's appropriate to tell the stranger, and what's too much information, and what's just the right amount of information. I don't know, they're just different social cues that you can teach your kid while you're playing this game.
As far as some of the concerns, there are definitely safety concerns. Right now, there's not a lot of interaction as far as from player to player, but they say that is coming. So that's something to look out for. There have been robberies. You can place lures that draw in Pokemon. Well, people of course go to those lures because they want more Pokemon, and there have been some alleged robberies as a result. The robbers actually placed the lures. There's been driving accidents because people were driving and playing Pokemon, just accidents of people falling off curbs, things like that, from not looking at their surroundings.
So with
one teenager found a dead body. She went to a river to try and find water Pokemon, and happened to find a dead body, which
I don't know if that's really a bad thing.
It's not really a result of the game necessarily even. I mean, that's just an
unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah.
But I will say that going back to pros, I will say that exercise is really, really good and therapeutic for foster and adoptive kiddos. Well, any kiddo really, but especially for our kiddos that might have sensory processing disorder and they have different special needs that exercise will really help them out with. Tell them about what happens when you try to take the kids out running, our adoptive kiddos.
Generally, there's a lot of grumbling, especially because it's summer and they just are tired and don't feel like getting out. But today we ran from Pokestop to Pokestop, collecting items, and paused now and again to capture a Pokemon. But we had a lot of fun. It was a team effort. Everyone's like, oh, hey, there's this. We need to capture this. Hey, can I try it? And so there was even some racing of, hey, I want to get the next Pokestop. And it's like, well, whoever gets there first gets to collect the items. So kind of became a game that we played together as we did probably, I think my phone said we did 2.7 miles this morning. So.
And usually it's a struggle for her to walk like a mile with the kids. So it gives them a goal. It gives them short bursts of, hey, let's just get to this next Pokestop and get some more Pokeballs. Let's see if we can find, oh, look, there are rustling leaves over there. Let's see if we can get that next Pokemonster. It just gives encouragement, and it's team building. The kids want to look at the phone with Margie and see if they can figure out stuff and help with the strategy and help figure stuff out. And it's immersive. So while you're in your world, you're still looking for Pokemon. So they're looking around their environment while they're running and walking, trying to figure out where stuff is at. So that is really cool because it's getting kids out walking and doing stuff. And again, that together element is really important because I feel like with foster and adoptive kiddos, it's such a big thing that they need help with the relationship aspect, and that gives them relationship with you and gives you something common and just helps you to teach them so many social cues and different things with them while you're doing trying to get one common goal.
Mm-hmm. And even there's silly moments, like because it's augmented reality and it uses your camera, like, hey, there's a Psyduck on your head. It's just kind of fun.
Right, so some of them, since it's augmented reality, which hopefully we've shown you earlier because we filmed this before we went outside walking around with it. There are just times where the Pokemon they make it look like the Pokemon are in your world, like on the street that you're walking down or wherever. So we've had times where people are like, hey, there's a Pokemon on your shoulder, or hey, I know today I had one that was floating in mid-air, and it was just kind of weird looking that it was this duck that was just floating in mid-air. So it's a very, very cool game. There, again, with any technology and anything that has social media aspects, you have to protect your kids. You have to be involved with it. You have to have some level of concern with it. And yeah, supervision. So don't think that I don't know, I would say that this is a very, very great tool, but like with any great tool, it has the potential to have a lot of downfalls. But very excited about what this game has to offer, and I would love to hear what other people have to say, how they're using it, how they see it could be used with foster adoptive families, how it's therapeutic, how, I don't know.
Yeah, check out our review for more of our pros and concerns and cons of the game. And we hope this has helped to nurture and grow your foster or adoptive family.